You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Coming to Northeast Wisconsin live from the Civic Media Studios and featuring TV and radio broadcast veteran John Mino, along with the City of Green Bay's longest-serving mayor, Jim Schmidt. This is Mino and the Mayor. And here are your hosts, John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
Hey, hey, welcome back. Mine on the Mayor. Special thanks to Andrew Zimdar's GPS Education Partners. Check them out. I think that is a great idea. Finding kids, finding their interests, what their aptitudes is, and helping them get a career from that. Dean Bruce, Lindy Sports Magazine, 2025 NFL Draft Guide. You can pick up at Bosses, downtown De Pere. Brittany Merlot, Civic Media meteorologist. Kevin Burkle joining us from Burkle's One Block Over, who is our very special host this year for our Packer segment every Friday. But first, I'm going to say, Todd?
Sir.
Did you see Jim's hand?
What happened?
He was trying to cook over at Burkle's and he cut himself.
What did you do?
I bought one of those
Ginsu
knives. And man, are those sharp! Holy mackerel! But the guy said these are sharp.
Yeah,
are those ones that cut a coffee?
It looks like the guy from Halloween came after.
I know.
It's 70. It was 70% off.
For a minute there, I thought, yeah, you're so religious, and you hear about sometimes these people's wounds in their hands appear at Easter. I thought that's. I thought somebody pounded a spike in your hand.
I made lamb, and you have to put the
bone.
No, but I was cutting it to put the garlic cloves in, right?
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I just slipped, and it cut my hand, and I couldn't believe how much had bled.
Well, all you got to do is go like this for about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
stops bleeding.
I did. I put it up to bed. Anyway, it was. I should have probably got a couple.
How was
stitches.
your kitchen?
Yeah, bloody. So. Anyway, it'll be better tomorrow.
So, John, I got to correct you on something right off the bat.
Talk to me.
It is now Burkle Sports Bar and Grill. We rebranded a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And the reason we did it is because when I originally opened up the Bull.
Where are you?
Yeah,
we're one block over.
Yeah,
Where are you? We're one block over.
I should have did this a long time ago.
Okay.
But we rebranded Burkle Sports Bar and Grill, and it fits our theme 100% now versus what the Bull thing didn't fit, the one block over didn't fit.
Okay. Beautiful. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you got some parking places available that you're renting out for the draft.
Yeah, we're at about 1,400 spots between me and my neighbors. 1,500 probably.
Okay.
And
it's Tony Cannondale Drive.
Right.
Tony Cannondale Run.
Or Run, yep.
So Tony Cannondale Run, and it's easy access because you can just drive up Lombardi. That's not closed. When you turn at Quick Trip, and then you go to your place.
Yep. Or you could come in from Ashland, north or east or west.
But Tony Cannondale
north or south.
That doesn't go all the way to Ashland, does it?
No.
Tony Cannondale,
no. So Tony Cannondale just runs. It's like a 2-block stretch.
Right.
So if you come in from Ashland, north or south, you turn on what's that street by the trucking company on the corner?
I know.
I always get it mixed up.
McCarthy to Bart Starr.
No, it's where is that? I just did a post for it for the. I'll find it, but anyway. So yeah, you just come in that way, and there's
easy access coming in and out there.
If you come in from Ashland off of,
which is what most people are going to do.
Is it Bart Starr?
Yes.
Or Bart Starr.
Star.
Bart Starr.
I guess
Road?
what I'm saying is, no matter what, only try to come into your place from the far east side of Lambeau Field and the whole complex.
Correct. Yeah. Don't try and do anything from the west.
Right.
And you're also a site for Uber drop-off. I read that.
Yep. And there's they're doing a lot of bus drop-off and stuff there. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that are going to be flowing that way. It's just, I don't understand why they didn't have access from the east side of the stadium because everybody's got to walk so far to get in.
Because the only access for general admission is over by the Kohler.
Yeah, yeah.
That's far.
That's a long way.
I don't feel like I'm from Green Bay, but it is.
It's a 15-minute walk.
Right.
To get into the draft. And, for older people.
Right.
But I think they could still drive them up to, what's the next street over? I can't remember. And then you can drive as far as Ridge and then walk down from Ridge a couple blocks over.
What do you mean drive? Who's going to, like, golf
I mean, if you
carts?
could get, if you can get
I mean,
dropped
people's
off.
yards
Oh,
and
I
stuff,
see.
or just
You
in
know,
general?
just dropped off at the corner and then repicked, or,
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
parking down by us, you come and park.
I think that's going to be an exciting area because your neighbor's having a lot of entertainment. Are you have entertainment as well?
we were gonna, but the price just got too astronomically out of control. It was crazy. It was over $15,000.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to throw bad money at good money.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to say, and it's
Right.
I mean, we don't have any precedent, that
Right.
we go. Well, I was, at so and so, because each place they go is a unique event.
Oh yeah, it's going
So
to be a different experience
until it
everywhere.
starts, we don't know.
We
You know what I
have
mean?
no
We can
clue.
talk about. We don't have a clue.
We've never experienced it. We don't know what it's going to bring. We don't know what it's going to do. And hopefully, the weather
Sounds
does not-
okay.
Yeah, it sounds okay.
Okay.
And hopefully, because you don't want that to happen to people
No.
in an experience like this, because it's a once in a lifetime thing.
I don't want Northeast Wisconsin. It's a frozen tundra. It's terrible weather. Why go there? You know what I mean? You want to. This isn't like those cold games in December where people want to experience it.
No.
This is one they want to get out and wear summer clothes and enjoy it, kind of.
Kevin,
Yeah.
you're one of those guys. I mean, you got your ear to the ground. A few times I've been in there, you're there. This has been going on for a year. Would you say we've been talking about this for a year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What are you hearing? I mean, it's 3 days away.
You know what's really funny? Not a lot of anything. I mean, you really just. I mean, it's like it's really bizarre. I thought there would be just so much hype and
Yeah.
energy, and it's just I don't know.
It
It's,
seems like we're trying and people are trying, but it just doesn't gain a lot of traction and momentum.
No, that's what and that's what's really troubling is, I thought for sure this was going to be like something we've never experienced. The
World's Fair comes to Green Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
that's a good
But
one. Yeah.
I'm just not hearing it or seeing it. I mean, a lot of people, locals that I talk to, or my customers, aren't even going to stay in town.
Have we hyped it to the point of scaring people away?
Possibly.
It's been on every day, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
And
this
I don't
is
mean
like
just
six-
us for the when but
the
just
whole country.
In general. Yeah.
Somebody said to me, "Do you think we've created an overdraft?" And I'm like, "Well, that's interesting."
Well, the problem is when you look at access in and out of Green Bay
Right.
to what they plan on coming here, you better be prepared because it's not like you're coming to a Packer home game by any means.
Right.
The detours and rerouting of traffic is absolutely incredible. So, you got to really know where you're going.
Exactly.
So-
That's what I was talking about, getting the lay of the land, like even parking at your place, okay, and you got to walk, up and around or whatever. At least that first time, you kind of get the lay of the land. And if you come back a second day, you might have a different idea of what to do. But until it happens and you're there, it's pretty tough to do a walkthrough and say it's going to be fine.
And nobody knows.
Right. but
Exactly.
But what Kevin's saying, though, is when you park at his place for a Packer game, you just walk into the Oneida Gate. You're right there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yep.
now you've got to.
You gotta haul.
There's some
a long way to
navigation.
go.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some serious navigation going to be taking place.
So, and that really confuses me of why they open and end up. I mean, there's going to be thousands of people coming in from
like
the east side of
standing
the
in
stadium.
line, you would think, right? Even?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, is there going to be security checks?
everywhere.
Okay.
They actually have security working on a street, and so when our lots are full, they're going to redirect people out of our area to different parking.
Okay.
And that's coming right from one of the guys that's working with the NFL.
Okay.
I talked to him about a month ago, and he
Well,
said,
that's good. So
Yeah.
they won't be bottlenecked. So
no,
they are going
that's
to
what
move.
they don't
Well,
want.
that's good.
They don't
All
want
right.
people
Got it.
driving in Tony Cannondale, run up to Legacy Hotel,
And then parking in the middle of the street.
Well, and then have to turn around and come back.
Right.
Got
Because
it,
there's
got it,
no
got it.
street parking anywhere.
Okay.
Okay. Well, all right. That makes
But
more
those
sense.
lots behind you, off of Bart Starr and Tony Cannondale and McCart, all those,
Bart Starr,
a
yeah,
lot
right.
of those will be available for parking,
Oh,
correct?
there's going to be a ton of parking down by us. A ton.
Okay.
Well, and then you've got across.
And again, you just to tell people where you are. You, of course, are on the far east side of the stadium.
yeah, far east side, right? I mean, we're like 3 blocks off of Ashland.
Yeah.
But if you're, even if you're coming in from Ashland, there's going to be so much parking. You got the old trucking company. You got
Right.
And those are large surface lots.
oh,
but
huge.
But Kevin, I was driving around there the other day. I was telling Johnny, and there's people out that haven't parked cars, and they're out there with their rulers. Because you got, I don't know how wide a car is, but
Yeah.
it's really funny to watch them. And everybody's trying to make their little money. But if it is the average, if it averages $100, let's just say that. I mean, that's some serious money for 3-4 days.
Well, my neighbor, he spent over $10,000 striping.
Oh, he striped. Okay,
He striped,
wow.
he striped every piece of grass. He's got a lot of money invested in in getting this lot ready for the draft.
I've
I
never
mean,
seen striping on a grass
Oh
parking
yeah,
lot.
it's there. He striped. He had a
Is he
company
use
come
chalk or use a?
in. No, he had a company come in and professionally do
Really?
this. Oh yeah, it's phenomenal. That property
wow.
is. I mean, it's groomed. It's beautiful how he laid it out.
Wow.
So that's why he squeezed in 1,400 cars.
Right. Holy cow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
So
Okay,
it's,
yeah, that is good
There's
credit for that.
there's got to be 3,000 spots. Between us and
Ashland down there.
Ashland and around that whole area down there.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
but
but the
that's-
other thing is, it's a walk.
Do they have those? We were talking about this. Do they have those rickshaws anymore where the guy rides the bike? Do they still have
People
those?
That'd
still have
help,
those. I
too.
think there's going to be. I think there's going to be some kind of transportation to get people around. I would
Like
imagine
golf carts or
there's gotta
something,
be
or
something.
you would think.
Yeah.
I drive one of those. Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do the
Well, I
rickshaw.
had a customer this morning sent me a message. Hey, do you have parking because my husband just had surgery and he can't walk very far? And so, I mean, that's the closest they're finding.
Wow.
But that's a yes. However, I mean, you can say, sure, I got parking,
Oh, yeah.
but that's not the front door.
No, that's the
So,
front. That's
okay.
the front door to Burkle Sports
Are you-
Bar and Grill.
But you're gonna be serving your great burgers and.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We got to really limit. We really scaled down the menu, just for the fact of what we're anticipating for people. We don't want to have people sit and wait.
Right, no.
I mean, we got the stuff that's ready to go. It's turn and burn.
And there's going to be more food trucks there than a Packer game.
Yeah, we have a couple of food trucks on property.
Yeah.
And then across the street, there's food trucks all over the city.
Right.
Yeah, nobody's going to go hungry.
No, nobody's
No.
definitely going to go hungry.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that was spent on inventory,
Yeah. I was
it's in the millions.
telling our I hope there's a great turnout. I hope there's 250, 300,000 people there. But if not, I work at the homeless shelter. I'm like, we should maybe be ready for.
An onslaught of extra food, huh?
I don't know.
I'll help you guys
I hope not.
unload that. Kevin,
It's going to be an experience.
It will
really
be
is.
because, like you said, there's a great unknown.
Yeah.
but with all that being said, that almost makes it a little bit more fun in some ways of
Oh yeah.
Right.
What's going to happen?
what's going to happen.
It's
Exactly.
like it's like the dark side. What's
Right,
going to go
right,
on
right,
here?
right.
you
It's
know?
like when you go to a Super Bowl, everything is so unbelievably regimented, you know?
And I know a lot of people that went to the draft last year, and they said it's just Thursday's the big day.
right.
He said by Saturday it's like,
Well, yeah.
everybody's
Who's that 6th round draft pick
yeah,
going to be?
Yeah, to the end, when you get to Saturday, he said it's a lot of drinking.
Well, and I think the other thing about that, Kevin, even though there's a lot going on there's a lot of people pulling for some attention too. You know, downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Appleton has some things going on.
It's going all the way to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
They're trucking people in from Milwaukee
Right.
by buses.
Kevin, thanks for your support of our Packer project this past season. It was really fun having you.
Well, we're going to do it again this year.
Outstanding. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
there's one other thing. I'd like to get together with you after the draft on this fundraiser I'm doing for a restaurant owner down in Kentucky. Really good friend of mine, close friend of mine from the flooding.
Okay.
It's just horrific what happened to their business. So after the draft is over, they reached out to me for help, and so we're going to see if we can help out.
You help everybody in need, so for you to ask, guaranteed. Kevin Burkle, thanks very
Thanks,
much, buddy.
guys. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you for the draft.
We'll see you this
God
week.
bless Green Bay.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Hey, welcome back. Mine on the Mayor here. Special thanks, Kevin Burkle Sports Bar. Big things happening there, of course, with the draft and parking and everything like that. And again, we're still kind of easing into it as far as, our foot is still a little bit in the pond right now, figuring out if, what's going to happen.
It's amazing because he didn't take reservations. He's more confident with the Packer game than he is for this, and there's supposed to be a lot more people, and yet he's not sure he's going to rent out spots, which I think is weird.
You know what my big just sitting back and watching is going to be like, are people? I still think the overwhelming majority of people are going to be from within about 100 miles of Green Bay. I think the Wausau people, Lacrosse, all these, Madison, all these people that would drive up for a Packer game, I look at them as saying, you know what, we'll drive up there Thursday and spend the day and just drive back home, okay? But what I'm saying is, normally for a Packer game, you might get 20,000 people doing that. I mean, I know it's a $78,000 thing, but, 3 people in a car, 2 people, how many actual cars? But what I'm saying is, if you got like 100,000 people or 50,000 coming in at the same time on Thursday, that could be a heck of a traffic jam with the way things are intermingling now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I think the walk-up crowd is going to be huge.
What I think people have to look at, I think they will, but if you come off 41, that's not a good idea.
That's what I mean. How far back that could be. Because there's Packer games when it's backed up to the prison.
Well, and Lombardi's open. I mean, it's they have to really study this a little bit more. But, yeah, I think the second day, like you said, it's going to be a lot easier.
Right. I think people need a day to kind of get their bearings, see what's open, see what roads, see what whatever.
Yeah.
But, it really, if you're looking at coming in and doing stuff at these different establishments, wouldn't be a bad idea today or tomorrow to do a dry run.
Well, or come up Wednesday. There's the fireworks, the music.
Right.
And
Get the lay of the land.
Right.
It's hard seeing things on TV with their maps or even in the paper or on the internet or whatever with those. That doesn't quite do it.
Yeah.
You kind of got to see it.
And Kevin says he's got 1,400 spots, which that sounds like a lot because that is a lot. But to call and reserve it, I would do that now, wouldn't you?
I would for peace of mind.
Right. Even though you don't, like you said, you don't need to, but I would. So
Personally, though, I'm not going to be in an automobile behind the wheel within 5 miles of the whole thing. I'm going to become that wussy old guy. I don't want to deal with all this. You know what I mean?
I'm going to go.
I know I'm going to go there as much as possible, but I'm just not going to personally drive.
Okay.
So, but I wonder if Mark from Mark Hughes from Bell and Sports Medicine, we're going to be doing a thing at his place this week.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I could, I was just thinking is maybe, they could get one of those like little scooter type things for me because I'm one of their patients with my Achilles tendonitis.
I'm sure you're the only one
if they could be able to transport me somehow, if there's special dispensations for their patients who have physical afflictions. I mean, that's they're my health provider. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You'd think for their own patients they would do something.
No.
They might.
Jeez. No, I think
they might.
That is cool what they're doing, though. I just want to we'll put a plug for that place. They're right there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's their what do they call it? Sports medicine at Titletown.
Yeah.
And in their lobby, they have food trucks for the Boys and Girls Club. I
don't know if they're going to be in their lobby, are they?
I mean, parking lot. The parking lot, I meant. They're going to be there all 3 days, and you can go there, get something to eat, and then support the nonprofit and go right into the game. So, that's going to be that's a nice thing. I think it's going to be a great experience, and that Packer experience, or not, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
the NFL experience.
I'm not afraid of it.
Cool.
Some people are acting like, I got to get out of town. I mean, come on, embrace it for a few days.
250,000 people, though. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, because 80,000 is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say this, though, Packer fans, and I found that out at the Super Bowls I covered, they even if they're not, they don't, like what I said for the Super Bowl, they didn't have tickets, but they would still show up for the parties. Yeah. And that's what this is. But I do think an element that has been added to this, and I'm surprised they hadn't been saying this all along, but that the bowl will be open to go in and watch. I mean, there's lots of people that have never, unless they schedule a tour or whatever, have literally never been inside the bowl of Lambeau Field.
Right.
And to go in there and to watch the draft, I would assume it's going to be on the big board and everything like that. And then just to be right out. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Yes. So do I. I just, again, my only, not reservation hesitation is why aren't the hotels packed? Because you're not going to wake up tomorrow and, okay, kids, I'm pulling you out of school, your high school kids, right? You would have made that decision if you live in medicine.
I'm surprised.
So maybe they're going to come up on Saturday, which, is there anything going on Saturday?
Well, yeah. But I still think it's a situation where I still think there's going to be a lot of day people. I think a lot of people from the state of Wisconsin and the UP are going to be driving here, and it's like, we've driven to 1 million Packer games and driven home. We could do that again.
At 3 o'clock, we could be there.
Exactly. And pick one of the days, and we're going to come for that. That's just what I see. I don't, another thing, without as many of the potential first-round draft picks being, I mean, it could be, there could have been like 40, and I think right now it's only 16. And sometimes, if you're the fan of a certain team and you're thinking you're going to be drafting this guy, it's like, oh, well, Sanders isn't going to be there. That takes out some of the fun from that guy walking out, putting on your team's hat, getting that hug from Roger Goodell, doing all those kind of things. I think that takes away some of the luster.
So what's more important, seeing him or seeing Green Bay?
I think seeing him.
Okay,
I think for a lot of fans, seeing him would be the draw.
So then we were talking about this the other day, not you and I, but some friends of mine. Is it going to come where he's going to have his own party in his own city?
Yes.
Like political party. It just
Yes.
have it in the hotel, and this is where you're going to be, and then this so-and-so is going to be in
Yes.
Seattle, and so-and-so is going to be in Green Bay, and this whole 250,000 thing isn't going to be a thing anymore.
Right.
It's going to be their event.
Right. That's a great point. Great question. And again, we're,
Because if that's the star of the show and not the venue.
well, for a lot of teams, I mean, I guarantee you, if Shedeur Sanders was going to be here, that would be a huge draw because chances are Deion Sanders would be here.
Right.
And that whole thing, and that say what you want, but that still attracts that shining light. That still attracts things for better or worse. It's
agree with
still an
you.
event.
Right.
And him not being here, I think, is something. But whatevs.
We're gonna have fun. I know
let's
that.
do it. Let's. You know
Let's
what?
do it.
But now I'm just ready. Let's just get it started now.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hype. Let's
I am ready.
let's do it. Let's do
am
it.
ready.
All right, we got to start a quick break. When we come back, Michael Pittman from Hyde Music, Earth Month, free restringing and recycling coming up right after this.
Fingers start shaking. I begin to run. Bullets start chasing.
Miss part of the show or want to share it with a friend? Check out the Mino and the Mayor podcast at civicmedia.us and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Take Mino and the Mayor with you everywhere. Now, once again, Mino and the Mayor, John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
Hey, thank you very much. Welcome back. Mino and the Mayor here, 97.9 FM, WGBW, 98.3, 96.5 FM, WISS, and of course the Civic Media app, along with 1100 AM and 1590 AM. 45 degrees in Green Bay, 46 Appleton, 51 in downtown Oshkosh. In fact, we saw shot Lisa sunbathing on the roof
Oh my gosh.
of the studio.
She'll be horrified.
On the studio. I saw that. It must have been a drone going over. So we got
Yeah.
that. We posted.
All right.
Forecast, cloudy with showers, high in the lower 50s. We will take that. Had some great guests today. Now we got another one. Michael Pittman, store manager, Hyde Music, legendary music store in Green Bay. But talking about Earth Month and free restringing and recycling, something that I never heard about before in regards to the restringing recycling. Michael, good morning. Thanks for coming down.
Good morning. Thanks for
One
having
little
me.
slight correction. It's Green Bay, Appleton, Madison, and Oshkosh. I mean, you guys are big time.
We have all those plus Stevens Point
Oh, you're
and
Point now.
HydeMusic.com.
But this was your home base where it started, wasn't it?
Appleton was the first
Oh,
location.
Appleton was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought Green Bay was for some reason.
And it's pretty cool what you're doing. I mean, this is Earth Month, and I guess there's a big Earth cleanup tomorrow.
And you
that's
wouldn't
going
think music stores would have anything to offer Earth Month, but holy crap, you really do.
We go through the strings. Go ahead. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, so we have our partnership with the Dario and TerraCycle for our restring events. We do have restring events all throughout our 41 corridor. For Green Bay, we have ours on Wednesday and Saturday. Appleton has theirs on Friday. Oshkosh has a couple days as well for Thursday and Saturday. That is where you can bring in your guitars, your 6-string acoustic electric. We will change the strings and recycle those strings for you in partnership with TerraCycle, where they, instead of throwing all the strings in a landfill, where we're talking for everyone in the world over 1 million pounds of material, we can melt down the metals, we can recycle all of that nylon and use it for better purposes rather than just throwing it away.
So recycle the metal and the nylon.
Correct. Yep.
How do you separate them?
So that is what TerraCycle does. They do a lot of different recycling as well beyond just strings. And this is an international group that does this. So they will take down the strings. They will separate all the metals in the nylon. They will smelt down the metal, and they will recycle the nylon into industrial plastic applications.
Wow.
So this is for guitars,
So this,
ukuleles.
correct. So the restring event that we're doing is for
Cellos?
guitars, but they will recycle all orchestral strings,
There you
cellos,
go.
violins.
Really?
Yep, they will recycle all those
Well,
strings.
that's not inexpensive. I mean, those restringing this. That's not cheap to restring a violin.
Oh, correct. Yeah. I mean,
done that.
it's not low cost, but it is something that's important to keep the player and
Oh,
the
yeah,
best
absolutely.
quality instrument.
Wow.
So is the nylon inside the metal?
So depending on different strings, there are nylon strings that are used for classical guitars.
Okay.
There are different coatings, different steel strings, steel core strings, all those materials.
Don't some violins use like hair? Some kind of hair?
That's the bow.
Or is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's like horsehair, right?
Yes.
Horsehair on the bow. If you're thinking of really old strings in like the 1600s, 1700s for Baroque players, they're using catgut.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Of.
Yeah, sure he was.
Could be.
Ours isn't that old, but this is like, is this new?
The
I gotta be honest
Stratosphere
with you, I've
was.
not
I bet
heard about
the
this.
original Stratospheres, I bet were catgut, huh?
Oh, for the Stradivarius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those would have been catgut kind of
Yeah.
instruments
Yeah.
There
for
you
a
go.
lot of the oldest ones.
Thank you for backing me up, Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
Yes.
out in the stratosphere. So,
But we
yeah.
have been doing these restring events actually for a few years in partnership with Dario.
This is cool.
But do people, so their strings may or may not, their instrument may or may not need to be restrung?
It depends. There's a whole variety of factors. How
Right.
you store your instrument, how often you're playing. These can all make a big difference. Some guitar players are taking years to change their strings. Some are changing every few months. Just depends on how much you're gigging, what kind of playing
What
you
happened?
do.
Do they just lose their tautness? Tautness?
So they'll lose that shimmer. They'll be
Okay.
harder to tune. They won't sound full.
Ah.
Yeah. And for different styles of playing, you'll want different strings. Like a heavy metal guy is going to do something way different than a jazz player.
Okay.
Tell me the cost you bring in my banjo.
Do you have a banjo?
I do.
Wow.
And
we learned
ukulele.
something new
Things
today. know.
I told you I once saw Earl Scruggs.
Oh.
And that guy's unbelievable. I mean, I love music anyway, but he was like, I went from your place. I went and bought a banjo.
Oh, right on.
I did. That was like 30 years ago. I played it twice, but it's nice.
Well, we offer banjo lessons as
I know.
well.
I took lessons.
Do you really?
Anyway, I do have a. But you go into, do you do that? What's the cost? Because that's not an inexpensive instrument.
Well, if we're talking restring, then we're talking about for classical around $30 for the actual restring. That's not the cost of strings. If it needs more work, we can definitely do that. We have a guitar luthier based in Green Bay that can do everything from restrings all the way to fret replacements and rebuilds of
Wait a
guitars.
minute, what did you
I
say
don't
the
need
name
that.
was? Say that again. You have a what? What's
A
this?
luthier.
A luthier?
Yes.
What is a luthier? This is a word I've never said before in my
Okay.
life.
Yeah, so there are orchestral luthiers, which we have in the company, that work on violin-like instruments. There are also guitar luthiers that work on guitar-stringed instruments and fretted instruments. So banjos, ukuleles, mandolins. Yep.
Did you know this?
A luthier.
Yes.
Wow.
Word of the day.
There it is.
That's very good.
You could go to school and become a luthier, John. It's
I
not
think
too
I
late.
might.
It's not too late, right?
I think I might.
It's never too late.
Hey, what year? I mean, we're going to switch over and talk a little bit more of that in a minute, but for young kids that think they've got, or you think your kid might have some talent or an interest, what do you, if somebody walked into the store, what would you recommend?
Well, lessons. I mean, it's not just to,
Because I mean, let's be honest, every kid's probably gotten, or so many gotten a guitar for Christmas or their birthday, but no lessons. Or maybe that book, you'd have a book to try to follow or something. And that, I would think, is kind of discouraging after a while. Would you say if you're going to buy somebody an instrument for their first time, you would automatically get lessons right with it?
I think lessons are great. Now, I'm not a guitar player by trade. I do a little bit of guitar. I started on clarinet in 5th grade.
Okay.
But I didn't take lessons until I was in 10th grade. And I wish I had lessons growing up, before that. That would have helped a lot of the basic foundations, all the fundamental kind of stuff.
But if you can watch a kid, if you have some instruments around the house, piano, guitar, ukulele, if they take an interest in it, that's a pretty good sign that you should pursue that.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah. If there's any knack of just that musical talent in
Right.
there, let's encourage this. Why
Right,
not?
right.
It's just like a kid playing baseball out in the street. Let's get them playing.
Right, yeah. Because lessons are not inexpensive.
No, they're not. They're typically around $20 to $30, half an hour.
Right.
Well, that's not horrific, though.
It's a buck a minute.
You know.
Yep.
But let me ask you this, Michael, as far as with you doing with the restringing, what do people do with old, I mean, do they ever die? Old instruments, can you use an instrument, if you fine tune it, bring it to somebody, can an instrument literally last like forever? You know what I'm saying?
There are lifespans, but there's also some of those older instruments, like we say the Stradivarius or the
Yeah.
Steinway pianos, that can be rebuilt.
Okay.
Now, the question is it cost effective to rebuild? And some instruments will be. Some are just not, and it's time to retire that instrument.
Okay, because I was at old place one time, and it was an old bar type thing, and part of their decor was, instrument like saxophones and all these. And the guy said, clear out whatever you can clear out, get rid of it, take it all. And I kept them thinking there was going to be some value in those, but there really wasn't, huh?
Correct, because sometimes it needs $1,000 worth of work, and it's not worth it to put in an instrument. So I see people that put in garden art, people that use decorations in their home.
Okay.
And same holds true with pianos. Everybody thinks their piano's worth a lot, but you see, sometimes they're free. Free for the taking. You know what I mean? But then again, there's some pianos that, are worth a lot. So I guess somebody like you to take a look at it.
Can we pull back the curtain on one thing real estate wise that we've learned being in real estate? If somebody says, okay, we will leave the piano for $1,500. 99.9% of the buyers are going to say, we don't want the piano, take it. And the people that said they wanted it $1,500 will say, can we just leave it? So don't offer them their first price is what I'm saying. Because nobody wants to move a piano, and nobody wants to move a pool table, and nobody wants to move those big roll top desks.
Yeah.
Correct. So we often say a free piano can sometimes be the most expensive piano because the moving costs, the tuning costs, sometimes they're just not worth it for tuning.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But tell me about just instruments in general, right? We've gone through a lot of them, from the saxophone to the ukulele, violin.
Or with Michael Pittman, Hyde Music.
Is there something that's like the rage right now that kids are stopping in?
What's the cool one?
6th grade. What are kids picking up?
Oh, I think guitar is always the cool one for a lot of kids. Like I said, I'm a clarinet. Bassoon player is actually my main stuff. But so it's not exactly the most coolest.
I was going to say,
no disrespect, Michael. No disrespect. But you're 16 and you're walking down the hallway.
Chick Magnet.
And you're carrying a guitar with a bunch of bumper stickers on it. Hard rock, so and so. And you're walking down the hallway with that. Or you're carrying your Sassoon. I'm just asking, in general, the ladies, the hot 16-year-old girls, which one do they go, hi, Michael, or
a little worried about you,
hi,
Michael.
Sean?
Well, bassoon worked for me, but
hey, bassoon worked for me, let me tell you.
Not a lot of competition, which is probably good.
I was lead bassoon.
First chair, only chair, but first chair.
One chair.
nothing wrong with that. You don't have to say how many there are.
Absolutely. So, but there are cool instruments, right? When kids start.
Oh yeah, I mean, and you see all over the spectrum, from younger little kids taking piano, violin, through adults and retirees. I see retirees that do ukulele at community centers and things like that.
Oh,
keep them
big.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we still think, and we've talked about this before. One of the coolest band groupings you can have is a drum line these days. You bring a drum line to an event, and you've got a cool event.
Yeah.
Well, you think a Tundra line?
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Right.
Aren't those cool?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we have a event tomorrow to kind of kick off the draft.
Yep.
And we're bringing in the Schraben and drum line. Just because they said, well, we can bring our pep band. It's like, pep bands are cool. I was in pep band, but can we just have the drum line? Let those other kids sit home. So
It just gets you into
Get some
it.
high energy.
It does. Oh, man.
Absolutely.
And they're little. I know pep band are great, but they like to entertain just a little bit more, right? Don't you think those guys like to?
Oh, I
Flipping the
agree. They know how to work
sticks,
the crowd.
Absolutely.
Do they ever?
Were you ever in bands, Michael?
So I've been in a myriad of things: jazz bands, concert bands, symphonies, marching bands.
Where'd you
I've
go to
done-
high school?
I actually am from Washington State, so I
Oh,
went to
okay.
Central Kitsap High School in Washington State.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
How did you end up
Are
here?
you teaching?
That's a funny story. Long story for another time. But my wife's parents, who retired back in Green Bay, we moved back over here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
So you obviously work at Hyde. Do you teach?
I used to teach. I've taken a pause with a 2-year-old at home. That keeps me pretty active.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
What instrument would you want that 2-year-old to pick up first?
Ooh, my wife would say French horn. Who's a French horn player, but I would say probably bassoon.
Okay. All right.
You guys don't pick the mainstream instruments, do you?
Not exactly.
Less competition, I guess.
Yeah.
He wants them in the first chair. So, all right. Wow.
All right. Got this thing here. I heard string players
Boil.
boil their strings. Is that a good idea, a bad idea, Todd from De Pere?
Ooh.
Boil their strings.
I mean, it can slightly extend the life. It's not something that I would recommend too much.
Had you heard of that?
I have never heard of that one.
I think so. Doesn't it soften them up?
But you would think it's going to corrode them a little faster because of the steel on a lot of strings.
Yeah.
That's my initial thought.
Todd, he has no idea what you're talking about. In fact, Todd, he thinks you're an idiot.
Oh, I didn't say that
Todd,
part.
he just said that.
Sounds more like an old wives' tale kind of
Todd,
thing.
he was like,
Yeah.
who would boil a string? Who in the hell is that? Who
And
is
tell me
that?
again when they restring these things, they melt the strings down?
Yep, they're going to melt down the steel for other purposes because it's steel core on a lot of that. It's steel.
Stainless steel?
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
say stainless steel.
No,
I don't know
that's
100% though.
All right, cool. Give yourself a little plug again, Michael. What you guys got going at Hyde Music at all your locations for this month?
Yeah, so we've got all our locations. Again, Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh, Madison, Stevens Point, HydeMusic.com. It's International Guitar Month. We've got Restring events this week. We're always doing rentals, lessons. We're big into education. So lots of stuff going on.
Is anybody ever too old to start playing an instrument?
Oh, never. True, never. We have people at our Oshkosh Community Center that's huge for the ukulele program. People all over.
Okay. I thought Jim was joking last week. We were talking about this big ukulele fest type thing.
Well, you got to admit, with that big guy from Hawaii,
Oh, yep.
everybody picked up a ukulele there.
It's true.
I mean, it did.
Yeah.
Everybody did. I did. I mean, 'cause especially if you had kids, right?
Yeah.
You know who I think about when you talk about that? Ezra Tuaolo.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? Okay, he played for the Packers. He was a high draft pick, defensive lineman from Oregon State.
Great voice.
Originally Samoan, I believe. And he could play the ukulele like you've never seen or heard before and sing with it. And it's like, you think of Tiptoe Through the Tulip. But this guy could play phenomenal songs on his ukulele. That thing can make some magic happen, can't it?
Oh, it can. Yeah.
And your people are all into that
Yeah.
at your home or wherever.
That's not less than $100. You can buy a ukulele.
Oh, yeah. And you think for the casual player, you learn 3-4 chords. That opens up your world to
It
so
does.
much.
That's all Somewhere Over the Rainbow is. Well, this is Earl Scruggs, but I mean, it's just the ukulele's a lot easier.
Todd, I could see him in his cowboy boots the other day and a cowboy hat doing this.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah,
This is what I
absolutely.
wanted to do. This will never happen.
Michael Pittman, store manager, Hyde Music, Earth Month, free restringing and recycling. Interesting stuff.
Madison, Appleton, Green Bay, Oshkosh,
Stevens Point,
and Stevens Point.
HydeMusic.com.
All right.
Nicely done. This is fun, Michael.
This was fun. Thanks for
Thanks
having
very
me.
much for being here. Quick break. Back after this.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us. Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the
If I have this song in my mind now all day
This is gonna get
for 2
this,
days,
no.
Todd, why did you do this to me?
No, do
Todd,
the
why
Somewhere
did you
Over
do
the
this?
Rainbow is better.
Why did you do this, Todd?
Well, because he mentioned Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
All right.
I saw Tiny Tim at the airport. So
Wow.
weird dude. So
Wow.
anyway, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting guy, huh?
Very
that's pretty
interesting.
what
That
they're
was a
doing
lot
over
of
there
fun.
with Michael.
Hyde Music does so much with
They do.
students in our communities.
Yes.
So big thanks to Michael for coming in this morning.
And get what are the odds of this, Todd? So we were talking about his wife's family's from Green Bay. He's from the state of Washington.
Yeah.
And then they moved back here to be closer to her family. Jim and I were very likely, I know Jim definitely was, I probably was, at the dedication of their grandfather's park that was named after them in Green Bay.
Wow.
Brisk Park. Because I said, we dedicated a motorcycle. He goes, yeah, it was us. So, yeah. Anyway, that was a while ago, probably 20 years ago or 15
Small
years
world,
ago.
huh?
It is small.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Because I could picture Jim playing this song to his kids.
So can I. No question I can. I can see that. So how many instruments do you still have then?
At home?
Yeah.
Oh, quite a few. You know,
Do you guys ever jam upstairs in your little concert hall?
I don't know that my sisters, all her kids play, and they can jam. Two of my sisters do that, and they actually it's not.
Because, I mean, I'll be
the Bud
honest
Trops,
with
but
you,
it's
that
fun, though.
room you got on your 6th level with the hardwood floors and the
Third.
ceilings and
Yeah.
everything like that.
That's a good.
acoustically.
Acoustics are good. Yeah.
And I realized that when I was singing along with the Mishkat
Yeah,
choir that
so
day when
did
I was
they.
singing on Blue Christmas.
Yeah, so did
and they
they.
were like looking like, who else is singing out there? I didn't know it would
Anyway.
carry that well.
Yeah. No, it's fun to have instruments around the house, right? It's just pick it up. See, this guy, this is awesome. This I can play. This guy's unbelievable, isn't he?
Who is it?
It's that guy from Hawaii.
Boy, how can it be unbelievable if you don't know his name?
It's really hard to say. His first name is Israel.
that I knew. And his last name goes out. It's a Hawaiian name, but he.
Yeah.
I wonder what ever happened to Ezra Tuaolo.
He's around.
Is he?
Yeah.
Does he still come around once in a while, you think?
We tried to get him on the show.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is a great song.
Yeah. Is this him?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, very nice.
That's
This guy's
Jim.
great.
I used to watch Don. I used to watch Don Ho's show every
Yeah,
morning.
Oh, yeah.
At about 19 when I was in college, and you're up
Yep.
at 10 in the morning.
Right.
Don Ho on the beaches. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody does.
He was a little something, wasn't he? He like flirted a little too much, like uncomfortable flirting.
Yeah, okay. I think I know something about
There
him.
was,
Oh,
but
okay.
back in the day, there was a big romance with
that it?
Hawaii. Don't you think?
Oh.
Like
Oh.
Elvis did his big show there in
Absolutely.
'72.
Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah.
I mean, on and on.
Because
Oh,
it was still somewhat new to
And
America.
exotic
Yep.
and-
Yep.
What was the other one? There was a surfing movie where they're Private Eyes. Was it Private Eye? But they were based in Honolulu. They're based in Hawaii. Oh, somebody help me out on that one.
I just know 5-0, but
It was before 5-0. This would be like early to mid 60s. 5-0 probably started in like 68.
we're pretty young then.
Oh man, somebody can help me out. What was the cop show based before Hawaii 5-0, based in Hawaii? Famous show. I'll think of it. You know where I was at one time in Hawaii? Was that where the famous scene, and you would know this, you're a movie buff, where the famous scene in From Here to Eternity, where Burt Lancaster and what's her name got it on the beach? You know who I mean. Todd?
I don't know.
She's a big name actress. But anyway, they actually too. We're on the tour type, with all the people. And it was just this tiny little spot, like
Isn't
the
that
size of this
something?
room.
It's-
And you thought they were on this big, unbelievable beach. It was literally the size of this room where that whole thing was shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
that is beautiful out there. I mean, it still is the place.
Our
right?
people are really letting us down. Really let us down, people.
How's that?
Just want you to know. Disappointing start to the week from you. I'm trying to weave some things here.
Of
You're not
course,
following me?
Magnum PI was based.
Magnum
Well, that was
PI,
later,
another
though.
one.
Yeah, right.
I want to say this was even earlier, though, in the early 60s. And then what was the name? Oh, well, Burt Lancaster, I can't remember the woman's name, but that was From Here to Eternity, which is an amazing movie. Phenomenal movie. Don't you think?
Sure.
I mean, Ernest Borgnine was phenomenal in that movie. Frank Sinatra was phenomenal in that movie. Perkins, was it Marlon? Not Marlon Perkins. The Perkins guy. Was it Perkins? No, it wasn't the same guy from Psycho, was it? That played the main character? The guy who
Anthony?
did- Anthony Perkins. Yeah, that was him, right?
I don't know.
Was that him? No? All right.
You get Pete on. I don't know.
Huh?
I have to get Pete Schwab because he knows all
Yeah, he
that
would know
stuff.
who those
He
people
would
are.
know everything on that.
But anyway, great lineup today. Brittany Merlot, Civic Media Meteorologist, Dean Bruce, Lindy Sports Magazine, the Draft Guru 2025 Draft Edition, Andrew Zimdars, GPS Education Partners. Look him up. That's really, really interesting and vital information. Kevin Burkle, Burkle Sports Bar and Grill. You're looking for parking. They have got it. Michael Pittman, Store Manager, Hyde Music, Earth Month, and free restringing and recycling.
Right.
Interesting stuff.
Yes.
Are you going to have anybody look at your hand? And I'm not even kidding.
I know I probably should. I know I should have gone yesterday, but I had to work last night, so I'm gonna get to the show.
But do you think that might have been some kind of a religious thing where it's like being on Easter and they've had those people, I think in South America, where they wake up on Easter and they got those spike wounds in their hands.
And then the Pope. Oh man, I didn't
and
think
the
about
Pope
all
died.
Oh,
that.
I think you got a calling now.
Yeah, that might be a sign.
I'll get it looked at. So
Anyway, I think you should throw your hat in the ring for Pope.
hey,
I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't know. It's not. I'm under 80, so I could. I qualify.
We'll get you a T-shirt that says "Kiss My Ring."
That's going to be interesting. 20 days they start.
And we're
the,
not making light of the Pope.
No,
thing,
not at
but
all.
it's, all I'm
No,
saying is it's just
no.
pretty amazing that yesterday he was on the balcony
I know with
waving and people were talking, it's almost a miracle
it's
cure.
right. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Well.
All right.
All right.
Is today National Ukulele Day?
Nope.
Nada.
So no, tomorrow this is gonna be a fun week, John. There's a lot of things going on, and it's gonna
Lot of
be.
things.
It is. We had
It's a
talk
start,
about that.
baby.
It is. People are listening to us. They want to know what's going on. We're
Sun's
gonna
coming
tell
out
them it is.
outside right now.
Yep.
It's gonna be a memorable week. We're gonna make sure we're not gonna be like this.
We're
sucks,
leaving
right?
town. No.
we're
We're
100%
we're getting
behind
into it.
this. This is what we do. I can't wait.
We try.
Tough week to lose weight, but that's all right. Todd,
Next
thanks
week.
for everything you did, buddy.
All right.
See ya.
Back in tomorrow morning by the mirror. See ya.
The national news cycle never stops. but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.